Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lisa. This is Travel with Us, Paul and Lisa. I have changed the name a couple of times. And today I really just wanted to talk about some stuff that's been coming up for me over the last 5 weeks that I've been walking 10 kilometers a day. And it really is around, having a conversation with particularly women who are over 50, who are maybe ready to claim their next era, which is, really important to me. And some of the things that I've been thinking about while I have been walking. Because to be honest, women over 50, I'm 60, we've lived a few decades, we've raised kids, most of us, we've built careers, we've survived heartbreak, we've paid bills, we've carried way more than we should have. And I often think that now it's my turn to do the things that I really want to do. And maybe you feel like that too. And I just want you to know that it's, you're not too old, you're not too late, you're not too anything. It's just, you have an idea and you need to walk in your truth. And that's what I've started to do. So there's 6 things that I just wanted to cover today that I believe every woman over 50 really needs to hear. Number 1 is you are not too old, too late, or too anything, to be honest. You can start over at any time you like. You can always make those decisions. You're not too late to chase the dreams that you may have once had. And you are not too loud, you're not too soft, you're not too emotional, you're not too much, and you're not too far gone in age. The voice that we have in our head that often tells us that everything is behind us now, that's not wisdom, that is conditioning and programming. And we get to unlearn it. When I started in my 50s, so, like when I got into my 50s, I actually started building a brand. I started building a business and I had a mission and a vision. I didn't have it all figured out, and I still don't, to be honest. But what I decided was that I wasn't going to sit back and just not own my life anymore. I wanted to move forward and do the things that I really desired. So for you, if there is a desire on your heart, it's a calling, and now is the right time. So please go out and do that. Number 2, I wanted to just briefly talk about is financial flexibility. And I believe that in particular women have been sold this idea that talking about money is really taboo. And I want to stop that. I want to let you know and tell you something, that financial flexibility isn't greed. It's not selfish. It's actually powerful. And what it does mean, and this doesn't just apply to women either, it applies to men, but what it means is that you get choice, you get freedom. You can get out of situations that are draining your soul. You can, you can move on and make choices. And at this stage of your life, you really deserve more than just getting by. You deserve to have an overflow of abundance, the kind that really lets you support, yourself and your kids, lets you travel in style, it, lets you back the causes that you believe in, and build a legacy on your term. It isn't really about having millions and millions of dollars. It's about a movement. It's about building income that works while you live. I actually help women do that and help them create that. And I'm a big believer it's never too late to learn skills. I'm learning something new all the time, YouTube, for example. The third thing I wanted to talk about is that your kids do not define your worth. And this can be a bit tender and a bit, harsh, but it's necessary because I believe as mums, we've poured everything into our kids. We're proud of them. We love them beyond words. There is nothing in our lives that we probably love more. But it's important to know that their choices, their successes, their opinions, they do not define your value. You are a whole, powerful, radiant woman, whether they call you every day or not, whether they're thriving or still figuring out their own life. That does not that does not tell you about your worth. We didn't just come here to be someone's mum. That was a beautiful part of our life, and it will always be a part of our life. But our story isn't finished just because they've grown up and flown the nest. It's important that we understand that your worth is not based on how needed you are. It's based on the fact that you actually exist. And that's really important. Number 4, I'm going around in tangents here, is that, movement is medicine. So I have been walking 10 kilometers a day for nearly 5 weeks now. And it wasn't about changing my body. It was about changing my mind. I have had some shape changing in my body, which is awesome. But movement is medicine, I've discovered. And it's really how I've learned to, or how I've been able to shake off stress. It's where I've been able to process grief, especially after my mum passing. And it's really where I've been able to meet myself. And you know what? It doesn't have to be 10 kilometers a day. I've said that a million times. It could be dancing in your lounge. It could be just doing some yoga or Pilates in the morning sun, or walking the dog. But move your body, not to make it smaller necessarily, but to honor it, to celebrate the fact that you're still here, you're still alive, and you still have a lot of potential in you. And with that, my fifth thing is that your voice is really powerful, so you need to use it. When you hit 50, it's not the time to shrink. It's not the time to dim your lights. You've lived, you've learned, you've got wisdom that people need, and your voice is actually how it gets out. And it can be scary, I get it. So whether you're using it in your business, whether you're an advocate, for something, or an activist, whether you're an artist, or whether you just, it's just about saying no to things that don't align with you anymore, use your voice. Because every time a woman speaks up, the world shifts just a little. Not always easy to hear, but it does. So don't let society silence you, and don't let your age dim you. You're not past your prime. You are the prime right now. So use your voice. And last but not least, stop waiting for things to calm down. Build the life that you want anyway. If you're waiting for the stars to align, or, for life to slow down, or for the perfect moment, this is your sign. It is now. It is always now. Now is the perfect time. The chaos will always be there. The bills, the busy schedules that you might have, the uncertainty that you might have in your life will always be there. But your joy, your dreams, your peace, that cannot wait any longer. Build the life that you want anyway. Make the decisions that you want to anyway. And say yes anyway, despite what's going on around you. Like I said, even if your voice shakes, even if everything feels messy, even if you're still figuring it out, you are not here to just exist. You are here to live fully, loudly, and on purpose. So they are my 6 pieces of wisdom today. I would love to know if any of them landed for you. You can just let me know in the comments. I would love you to subscribe and like. Let me know, if you find value in what I'm saying. Maybe you want to share this with someone else, which is amazing. And really, if you're ready to create your next era with, more health, more wealth, more joy and purpose, subscribe, like, and keep watching, because this is your time. This is your voice, and this is your life. And we only get one. So let's make it a rich one in every sense of the word. Have a beautiful day. See you soon. Big love.